So guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Valeen Oseh again, and this is the part 8 in my series centered around my roommate experience in the United States of America as an international student. Guys, like I'll always say, watch my previous episodes so that you get yourself updated, okay? So after that period, I felt unsafe, and it brought back some memories, and I just didn't know what to do. And to be very clear, I want to put this out there because I never said a word to anybody besides my family. Anybody, I mean the people that we mutually know, like people in church or people so I so I went to the lab. And so because I started staying late in the lab, I made a friend. So she would just be seeing me studying very late, and I mean like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., sometimes 1 a.m., like that, 12 a.m., like that. I'll be in the lab. So we just became friends and started talking, and she was heavy at the time. So then I also met another girl, wonderful girl. I want to call her Tam. So one day, Tam was crying in the lab, and so she opened up to me what it was. And she was just saying, I'm a very passionate person. I can look very, strong out there. I mean, I'm an alpha female. And so I have a very strong personality that I know about myself. So when I find that people are, like having it hard to get along with me, I understand that it is my personality and their personality clashing, okay? So when she was speaking to me, I just, it just opened up and I started tearing up, like I started crying. And so she was like, Valeen, what is it? So I now opened up to her and I told her that I just told her. And then she was like, who is this person? Is she a Nigerian? I said, yes. Is her name Joyce? Let me use that name. I said, yes. Her name is Edna, but she's also Joyce. She now said, thank God that she never stayed with her. That thank God, because she was going to be Edna's roommate. But what happened was Edna was sending her an email that whether she was looking for a roommate and stuff like that. So I can't really remember the story now, but it seemed like Edna sent her an email. They were talking about living together and all of that. But I think she also mentioned that at some point she'll be like, this person that I'm chatting with, I can't even see her picture. I don't even know how she looks like. Her DP is not, she would never use her picture. What is going on? And at some point she was like, maybe it did not work out or something. So Edna now sent another email to the president of an organization using a different name as Joyce. So she said to Tam that she was Edna and said to the president of the organization that she was Joyce, not knowing that the president of that organization and Tam is the same person. So when that happened, that she was like, there's something not right about this girl, that her spirit did not just let her, and she's so glad that now she has realized why God really did not allow her stay with that girl. And she was like, Valeen, so she physically attacked you in your apartment, you need to report. That is unsafe. No student should do that. You have to file a report against her. So that happened. And I think that was when it dawned on me, because I just did not want to do, that was the last thing in my mind. Because first of all, even at that point, I was still telling myself like, we're Nigerians, it will be a bad image. Do you understand? I was still protecting our Nigerianness. So, but I just couldn't anymore. So first I think I went to the police department in the school and I narrated the story to them. And so they said since it was an off-campus issue, that they needed to call the off-campus police. So they came and I narrated the story to them. And to God, I was scared. You won't understand. But someday when I'm ready to talk about that, then perhaps you'd understand. So they were like, who's this girl? They needed to see and everything. They need to, so that they, because they saw how scared and how he was telling on me. So I then told them, no, that we're Nigerians. I just wanted to file this report so that it is known, just for the future, because if she could do that, then she can do worse to me. So after that time, I went to the leasing agency and I told them that I wanted to move. Like I wanted to leave, that this is what happened and I don't feel safe. Like I don't feel safe. It was close to the exams. Like this was like late March to early April. Exams. Remember I was complaining about, okay, in that video where I talked about my experiences, maybe you hear that part. I was struggling in one of the courses. I was dealing with culture shock. I was alone. I didn't know nobody. So I was so unsafe, felt so unsafe. And so I told them that I needed to move out. And I went to them because I know that my name was on the lease. So they told me that my name is on the lease, that I can't break the lease, and that the only way that I can break the lease is when my roomie, ex-roomie, I don't know why I keep calling her roomie, when my ex-roomie, approves, because our approval will mean that she will be the one to cater for the whole bill. Now, guys, remember that this is somebody that said that day that she physically abused me, that, if I'm tired of living there, that I should get the hell out, that somebody will move in the next day. Do you understand? So they were like, okay, they were going to send her an email. So they sent her an email. I checked my phone. All these things that I'm saying, they are like documented. So they sent her an email that, so I left. So after I got to my apartment, like after a day or two, I reached out to them. As she responded, they said no. At night, I would just be sleeping and this girl would start talking to somebody on the phone. She would just be insulting me that that I'm an empty barrel blowing my noise, that empty barrel makes the loudest noise, that I'm just there talking nonsense, I'm just there showing off, I'm just this, I'm just that, claiming to be who I'm not and everything, that Okunerere go fire them, Okunerere go fire them, Okunerere go fire them, fire. Hey, I couldn't sleep. I can lose my sponsorship. And this money I will pay it back. So if I'm showing off, I will not be complaining about bills now. Auntie, I'm not on scholarship. So where is the show off? We don't go out together. We are two different people. Like we can't jam. You can't. Our vibe is so different. So yes, we've never had a conversation. The only time I remember having a conversation was when the presidential candidates in Nigeria had like a presidential debate. We were cooking and I was watching it. I was cooking and I was watching it. And that was when we started, we first talked. And then I don't know what happened. And then we started talking about that I have a YouTube channel. And then she watched it. And then I think, yeah. And then she was like, oh, that her friend. Remember that friend that I said saw in the library and was like, you can't you see Valeen? Remember that friend? So she was like, yes, that she has this friend too that at that time I didn't know. She has this friend too that does all these YouTube things that they are working out how to, that she's so thankful. Like she was so excited that day, that thank God that God is bringing some, all these kind of people to her. Like she was really excited, and I felt that was the first time we connected ever. Like she also loved politics, just like me. So that was it. And yeah, so when she said those things about me, I just couldn't understand where she was coming from. So the agents when I reached out to the agency, I was like, what's up? As she responded or anything, they said no, that they've not, gotten any response from her, that I should try and reach out to her. I knew that all those things she was saying, now washing, like she cannot. She cannot. And guys, you understand what I mean in the next part, because when she was saying all those things, I wish it was recorded, because I was thinking, if this girl really wants me to go, then she will let me, because I was now looking for accommodation, like I was looking for my own apartment and everything. Yeah. I remember, guys, it was close to the billing period and everything. So I was still having that in my mind, like, and so she did not respond. Remember, I had gone to the police department, I had filed a report, and then I had gone there, I had told them. I also went to school, because that time girl also told me that I needed to report to school so that they would know. So I went to school, I told them, I think in the students, I can't remember the name of the department again, but I went there, counseling something or so. And I went there and I filed a report. They sent me like so many, because when I finished the story, okay, I think I didn't go to the school at this point. I'll let you know the point when I went to school in the next part or something. I hope I don't, mix it up. Okay, so yeah, this is the end of this part, and I'm gonna, move on to the next part. I think this is part. Bye, guys. I'm so tired. I've been filming since morning. It's not easy. It's not easy. Oh.